1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's here. Guys, it's here. I got a message this morning. A comment on my last video. Yes, it's crazy. Comments on my videos that showed my face and my sister didn't get written out. Kinda weird. But that was a good sign. This is why I uploaded this video. One of the people in the comments yesterday said react to my videos. He only has 6 of them, and guess what? We are reacting to all of his videos today. They're only short, they're like 2 minutes long each. At least one, the longest one's like 4 minutes, I think, or 3. And we'll be watching them. So if you guys enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let's get straight into it. Okay, guys, the first video we're gonna look at is about sleep paralysis. It's something that lots of people have. It's happened to many people, actually. Me, I think it's happened to me once a long time ago. Happened to you probably, guys. And yeah, let's just watch this.
This event happened around 4 years ago. Till this day I'm horrified by what had happened. I just hope I would never, and anyone would ever have to experience what I had experienced.
Oh gosh.
I was 13 and had a dog named Lucky. At that time I had a big fear of the dark, and whenever I would go to sleep, Lucky would be sleeping underneath my bed, and whenever I would feel scared or felt uncomfortable with fear, I would put my hand down and Lucky would lick it to tell me I'm not alone and everything was alright. I know it was kind of weird.
This guy, I have a feeling that this ghost, or whatever you want to call it, in his vision, Lucky or something, I kind of have a feeling he's going to turn on him, or something like that, or die. I don't know. It's going to be scary, but let's keep watching.
But Lucky would help me sleep through the night and stop me from being scared. There was this horrible day where unfortunately Lucky, my dog, had died. I felt so sad. I was in my bed for nearly 2 weeks just crying and missing my dog.
Oh,
After
dog!
I cried, I would normally a lot of the times go to sleep.
It was a
during the
dog,
day and
not a
actually
ghost.
night, since
Lucky
my fear had
died, the
heightened,
dog.
and Lucky wasn't there anymore. However, I felt so tired. One day I decided to take a nap. Just a nap. In the darkness of my room. While I was sleeping, I woke up forgetting my dog had died. And I put my hand
That sucks.
underneath the bed. I felt something lick my hand. I didn't think much of it because I forgot at that time, and I was so
Guys, I
tired
have
because of the amount of
goosebumps.
sleep I was getting. After that happened, I went to go to the toilet to wash off my hand that my dog licked, but when I went to the toilet, I remembered
He's
my dog
dead.
had died. The feeling of fear and anxiety had come to me as I froze, staring at my toilet door. I ran inside my bathroom and looked at the mirror. I saw what had stuck in my mind for all these years. On my mirror, and what looked like blood, it said, "Humans can lick hands too."
Oh! Oh my gosh, guys. That was... Even though it's not animated, that gave me the chills. No joke. If you're watching this, that actually gave me the chills. Someone that licks your hand because you thought your dog was still alive, but then you realized it was dead. That was scary. Scary as. I don't know if it's sleeper. It could be. I don't know, but yeah. So guys, next up we're gonna have a ghost. Not a ghost. A clown. A scary clown story about a happy birthday or something. Let's get into this.
Let me tell you one thing. Never have a clown at your birthday. It was my 7th birthday, and my mom had invited people, who then invited people, and who then invited people. You get the point.
Yeah.
It was a massive party and could have been the best I ever had. Could have. But instead, it was the worst. I never really liked clowns because I thought they were creepy, and mostly because they were funny at all.
Honestly, in my perspective, I'm not pretty scared of clowns. Like, some people are. I know, I understand that people are. But, like, some people have different fears of different things. I have different fears and stuff. He has different fears, and honestly, mmany people are scared of clowns. So, I get the story. Let's keep going.
Just dumb. While I was cutting my cake and everyone was singing happy birthday at the corner, my eyes
Happy
glimpsed a clown
birthday.
just behind
Oh.
the side of the bush outside of my garden.
Oh,
He was
please. Nah.
smiling at me,
Nah.
breathing heavily.
Nah. Stop.
When I looked at him, I lost control of everything, but my mom called my name and my sense was back to earth.
Good.
I looked at my mom to see what she was going to say, but when I looked back at my garden and at the bush the clown was in, he wasn't there.
Oh, no.
The only thing there was a red clown nose on the floor, ripped in half.
Oh,
So after
gosh.
that, we all went outside to jump on the bouncy castle we had, and there
Good.
behind the side of the castle was a clown.
Of course.
He lifted his finger and started waving it back and forth to make me approach him. I freaked out but thought it was just part of the act since they weren't that funny anyway, so I ignored it and jumped the bouncy castle. Eventually,
Yeah.
I got tired and got out of the bouncy castle to get a cup of water. While I did, I realized my mom was talking to her friends, so I approached her and asked her about the clown. I told her it was freaking me out and not funny at all,
No.
but my mother replied, "What clown?"
Oh, no! No, go. Nah, see ya. I knew that was coming. I knew it. I could feel it. I felt it. What did I expect? What did I expect? I knew it. I could feel it. If you guys saw in the reaction or the face cam, I was going, oh no, no. 'Cause I knew the mother's gonna respond. What clown? That's scary. Nah. We're going straight
So
on.
it was a Friday, the last day of school, in the week until on Monday.
Oh, it's the lockdown
The
one.
only thing on my mind was after school, and I'm pretty sure everyone else was thinking the same. Nothing could go wrong today. I mean,
By the way,
it's
guys,
just
this is
school.
the longest one.
What is the worst that could possibly happen? So I was sitting in a class with 20 other classmates. It was a science lesson and we were learning about atoms when suddenly I heard a loud horn sound come from the speakers.
Yep. Lockdown.
It sounded like one of those sounds that came from the movie Purge before everyone would kill each other.
Yeah.
My
Oh, The
teacher looked
Purge.
worried and anxious and told everyone to go to the side of the room and under the tables.
Mhm.
Everyone in my class looked worried. By then I found out we were having a lockdown. I'm pretty sure my classmates found out as soon as I did, and my teacher went to close the lights.
Yeah.
Everything was dark. No light at all. I could barely even see where the tables were. The only bit of light was from underneath the door. We heard loud thuds in the other doors outside my class, and that rang a bell on my teacher. He said the most frightening thing you could say when your school is on lockdown and someone is right outside.
No.
He whispered, "I forgot to lock the door." I mean, how was that not your first priority? Well, after you get us all to safety. I couldn't really blame him.
Idiot!
He looked like
You
as if he was about to
completely
remove his
idiot. Why
pants,
the
but still
flip you
managed
don't
to
lock the
slowly
door?
get up and approach the door. Suddenly, my teacher had reached the lock, but the door had opened just before, and my teacher got yanked out of the class. Me and my friend both went up to the door to lock it and shut it before the man could come in.
Oh, the guy's gonna die.
I got so much goosebumps everywhere in my body, and that only boosted my adrenaline. I could hear the group of girls at the back crying, and some of the boys were shivering and still, while one boy and another girl came to help us.
Good.
The man on the other side was pushing against the door, but we were stronger than him and
What
managed
about the
to lock
teacher?
it.
Didn't he get yanked
The
out?
man behind the door was banging on the door, screaming, while me and my friend slowly walked backwards, ready for anything. Suddenly, we heard 2 loud shots come from outside. We were worried that anything happened to our teacher, so we waited. After what felt like 5 minutes of waiting, everything was quiet. Me and my friend gathered the courage to walk up to the door and see what was going on. My friend unlocked it while I peeked. I saw the most confusing and horrifying thing ever. I saw my teacher with a gun in his hand, pointing it at a student. I rushed over to attack him and punched the back of his head, which made him unconscious. The second guy came out of nowhere when I lowered my guard, but luckily my friend came out and grabbed him, tripped him over, which let me and my friend grab him again and hold tight locking him. Soon the police were called, and both my teacher and the man was arrested.
Oh.
It still makes me think to this day, why was my teacher pointing a gun at another student?
Whoa. Wow. That is amazing. The teacher got yanked out the door, and I don't know, they were fighting and stuff, and then he came out and the pointing a gun at a student. What a twist. This guy is one of the best goddamn horror makers. To be honest, he has only 48 subscribers or something, and he be making stuff same quality as goddamn Llama Arts and stuff. Bro, make more videos, and in 2 months, or I don't know, a month later, I'll come back and do a part 2 of this. I can't wait. If you've seen this, post more, please. Please, one of the best horror stories. Yeah, let's get straight on to the next one.
I was 22 living in my apartment. I went to college and wouldn't really take much classes. I would skip a lot of lectures and go out with my friends instead. One late night I was returning to my apartment after being out with my friends, and I glimpsed up at my apartment window. I saw a weird, inhumane figure just standing up straight just behind my window. Its arms were skinny and long and had a weird,
It's the
beak-like
goddamn
shaped
shivers.
face.
See there.
It was type of lanky but in
Goosebumps.
a horrifying way. It was just the way it was standing,
It
not
is.
breathing
It's scary
at all.
as.
Just staring at me. I ran inside my apartment, ready for anything to jump out. Once I reached my door, I went in and looked at my bedroom window and faced outside where the figure was standing, but no one was there. I thought it might have been my hung-up clothes that formed a man, since that happened sometimes, but I was uneasy. Uncomfortable, I tried to go to sleep. I looked at my clock and it was 3 a.m., so I forced my eyes to close. I woke up. I looked at the clock and it was still 3 a.m. At the same time, I tried to go to sleep. But this time, the inhumane figure was standing in front of my window, in front of me,
Did you
just
sleep
looking
all
at
over
me,
the night? I know.
staring at me. It looked like a bird man, a bird that was standing. It was the most strangest yet creepiest thing I ever had saw. It lifted its arm towards me while I tried moving back, paralyzed on my bed. It then pointed its finger at me. That's when I woke up again. The time was still 3 a.m., yet there was no figure of the birdman in front of me. I felt a huge relief knowing it was a
Just
dream,
like sleep
but it felt so real. I
Paralysis.
tried going to sleep again. I'm not sure if it was a dream or not, but I woke up for the 3rd time.
Oh, please don't.
The birdman was in front of me again. He held a sign saying, "I will always be watching you." While doing that, he turned his head 360 degrees and looking straight back at me. For the first time, I woke up again.
Stop!
Still at 3 a.m. That's when I packed my bags
That's
and left.
360
I
turn.
will
That's the
never
scariest
return
thing.
there again. Not for school or not for college. I just hope that the 4th time I woke up was not a dream.
Oh my gosh. Oh. The 360 turn. That thing that I always hate. That's one thing in a horror movie that I hate. No. Alright, so guys, I chose this one for the last because I reckon something to do, horror movies in hospitals freak me out. And I saw in the title something to do with horror in hospital. You gotta do it. You gotta do it at the end. It's the scariest of them all. Please, just watch this. And this is the last video. Let's go.
Before I tell you this horrifying experience that happens to me, I urge you, please, don't do what I do. Don't work like I worked. Just run. So I was working as a security guard, but also checked the tapes at a hospital. I would do this overnight. I would just sit there, staring in tranquility at the screens.
Nice wording.
The same screens that should have stayed the same. The same screens that didn't. I was looking at the screen which camera was facing the morgue where the dead bodies laid, and suddenly I saw a door open.
No.
It couldn't have been the wind because it was one of those doors with a handle. But when it opened, the door handle never moved. I thought that it might have been a glitch or something on the screen, so I went down to check if everything was normal. When I reached to the front door of the morgue, I suddenly felt a warm breeze brush behind my neck. I had the feeling that someone was standing behind me. I checked back as quick as I could, holding my hand on my gun, which was still on my gun strap, but no one was there. When I turned around, the door to the morgue was open. I felt scared, confused, lost all at once, horrified by what I saw. How could the door open? I thought. I suddenly moved into the morgue, cautiously with my hand on my gun, and saw no one here. Just bodies of dead people with sheets covering them as a whole. Suddenly, I heard someone say, "What's happened?" I turned back at the door. It was a girl who was around her early 20s.
Stop. No.
I thought she might have been one of the people in their rooms where the patients had been sleeping and God woke up. I answered, "Nothing, ma'am. You can proceed back to your room. Everything's fine." She just stood there, not replying at all.
No.
She
it's
tilted her head
gone.
to the sideways, smiled, and walked through the door into the morgue. She walked right up to me. She sat on the bed where the dead bodies would lay, laid herself down, and covered herself with the sheets. I was horrified watching that. I didn't say anything. After what was 3 minutes, I said, "Ma'am, please go to your room." I got no reply.
Or please don't say
I
this
opened the
to be-
sheet,
and
and
he's
there she
gone.
was.
Oh.
The girl, eyes closed, head tilted, mouth closed, and not breathing at all. She was dead.
Okay, guys, that was the end of the video. Crazy, the best. Oh gosh, one of the best things in the goddamn world. Best horror stories. Link is gonna be in the bio to his channel. Go watch it. Go subscribe to his channel. He deserves it. He deserves it. And if this video gets like 1,000 views, thank you to the person who posted this. Best person ever. So guys, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And have a good night if you're seeing this, because I'm gonna have nightmares. So peace out.